is always
Sterile.
no.
Oh, no.
Think about the question. Wound care unless in the OR is
unless.
always clean.
Uh-huh.
Clean. Okay. If I'm in the OR, this is a sterile process.
Like if
Okay.
you were doing surgical debris, we do that in the OR.
You could do it at the bedside too, though.
Oh.
I could definitely do an IND at the bedside. Yep, that could be easily a bedside procedure. Okay.
So then it's clean?
It would be clean.
Okay.
Yeah. Alrighty. So let's go back through and get some active teach back from Tuesday. Okay. So what is the primary cause of a pressure injury? Two things. I always need, and it could potentially be in combination with. What is the force of sharing caused by? Gravity. Okay. Why is friction not a part of the etiology of a pressure injury specifically?
So you can't avoid gravity, but you can avoid friction.
Good job, Genevieve. Spot on. Okay. So in that, let's just quickly identify what I point to. We're going to assume are pressure injuries. So the cause of whatever I point to is going to be specific to either pressure or pressure in combination with sharing. Okay. You guys ready? Okay. So the first one is, let's say this patient's here. So I'm on the left side, right? Left side. So this is the left trochanter. Pay attention to what I say, okay? The first thing I'm gonna do is what?
Look at it.
I'm gonna visualize it. It's a visual inspection. That's the first physical examination technique. What's the next technique? Gotta palpate, okay? I palpate the wound bed, okay?
Would you palpate inside?
100%.
Oh, wow.
I'm getting in. Right? Yeah, okay, so I palpate the wound bed. Okay, I do not feel. Go ahead, Christy.
So before you get going, like, are you
Would I-
giving him lidocaine?
Potentially.
Okay.
So if this is a chronic wound and I know my patient, right, and I've worked with my patient for the past 3 shifts, and I know that because of the chronic inflammatory phase of this wound, they don't feel anything in here, I may not need to pre-medicate. If this is an injury that just developed 3 days ago, I'm pre-medicating. Great question. Okay, I'm palpating. I do not feel any muscle or bone underneath what I can't see. Okay, I am a,
Stage 2.
listen to what I'm telling you. Okay, listen to what I'm telling you. Take a look at the presentation. I didn't tell you anything else. I palpate the wound. You guys can see what I can see. So what do you see?
Slough.
Point. Tell me what I point to. What's this?
Granulation.
Granulation.
Slough.
So now think about what I taught you on Tuesday. Okay,
Unstageable.
hang on. Hang on. If I have slough, go back to 2 different categories. If I have slough or eschar present in the wound bed, I have to be what?
3 or 4.
Not yet. I taught you guys in 2 categories, partial and full. So what am I?
Full.
Start there, okay? I palpate, okay? There's a big portion of this wound bed I can't visualize underneath. I palpate, there's no muscle, bone, ligament, or tendon that I can feel. I am a,
3.
Nicole, say it nice and loud.
Stage 3.
Why am I a stage 3, Nicole?
Because if you felt muscle or bone, because you're just feeling adipose tissue, so it's stage.
So I'm not necessarily feeling adipose tissue.
But you can't feel muscle.
That's
or
correct. And what can I see?
Oh.
No. Go ahead. This is what I wanted to hear. Granulation, okay? So, to the unstageable point, if this was covering that entire wound bed, I would be a unstageable. But because I have granulation, right, I can see what's healthy. So, my entire wound bed isn't covered, but the majority of it is. So, I go back to the palpation technique. I'm a stage 3.
Alright, you need complete obstruction to the
100%. If I cannot visualize what's underneath slough or eschar, I am a. If I can't palpate muscle, bone, ligament, or tendon. Even if I can't see it and I can palpate, oh, there's a bone right underneath that tissue, I am a. Good job. Okay? All right? So, this wound, okay, I've got some undermining, okay? I also have some tunneling, okay? And I have granular tissue. Start with what? That's just visual inspection. I am a what? I'm a full thickness tissue loss, okay? Or I'm at full thickness tissue loss, okay? So, I have a very healthy appearing wound bed. I have regular margins. I've got a little bit of soft in the wound bed, but it's mostly granular. I palpate the wound bed, okay? And wait a minute, right under that slough, I'm feeling that ischium. I am a 4. I'm a 4. Is everybody with me? Okay? Come here. Okay? So now I'm at the other aspect. So this is the lateral ischium. Now I'm here. I'm getting closer to the coccyx, but the coccyx is up here. okay? So it's actually even higher, but about here, right? So now I'm at the lower end of the distal ischium, okay? So now, in this case, I have non-blanchable redness. What am I? Good job, Ruth. No, Ruth, you were right, but you didn't stage it. Everybody else said stage 1, good job. Both answers are accurate, okay? Inside of the glute, okay? So inside of the gluteal cleft, I have a split in the skin. I didn't teach this on Tuesday. Anyone know what that is? Or I think I just heard it.
Laceration.
No, it starts with an F. Go ahead. That's a fissure. That's a fissure, okay? So that's just a split. That's a fissure, okay? All right, the other ischium. So I'm on the right ischium, okay? So I have a loss of what? Loss of epidermis, okay? I'm feeling this. This is a little discomforting, right? Slightly irregular margin, all right? I palpate. I don't see any granulation that's very epithelial to me. IMA. Good job. I heard someone say 1. Emma, you threw me off. IMA. Stage 2. Nice and loud. That's a 2 right there. Okay? All right. Over here, so now we're on the other trochanter. Okay? It's actually the lower trochanter aspect, right? So I have a very clear indication of what this is. I have very deep, darkened discoloration that's maroon or purple in nature. I palpate, okay? And it's non-blanching, okay? IMA, deep tissue pressure injury, okay? 1 of 3 separate presentations. This presentation here it indicates that something happened post-surgically, and what would that be? Dehiscence. Evisceration would be if there was organ protrusion, okay? So we won't be working with this today. We're gonna be focused here. So here, very clearly, I'm on the sacrococcyx. I've got bone exposed. I'm a 4. You guys good? Yeah. Any question about what I just covered? All right, everybody come on over. Yes, Jacob.
Could you just go over the